Hi, how's everyone doing? So I hope everyone is doing great. Sorry if this is a little off, but I have quite a few ideas today. But I'm also been doing research and among other stuff. I have quite a few more ideas that I'm working on, but I get to it sometime later. But also I have a lot of opinions about building stuff, restoring stuff, historical sites. Heck, I want to get certain areas restored like it was 100 years ago, the right way, the correct way, and built certain ships as replicas, but not as the people built them now, welding, so on, the old-fashioned way. Of course, most people think it's ridiculous, but I'm more of an old-fashioned type. Sorry if I kind of making everyone dizzy, but my house is a mess right now. I'm doing some cleaning and helping my mom out. But if a ship is rebuilt, in my opinion, needs to be rebuilt like it was more than a century ago, the right way. Like some people are doing right now, like with the wooden vessels. But replicas, a true replica, like the Titanic, should be built the old-fashioned way, but also with safety measures. Welding the steel? Not a good idea. For it to be a true replica, in my opinion, you gotta go the old-fashioned route, which is riveting. Of course, it would take time and a lot of money for it to be a... Of course, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to get at, but for it to be a true replica, it needs to be built old-fashioned. So, to rivet it is mean for, in my opinion, is to go back the old way a bit of construction. But, sorry for my ramble, but I'm moving on to another thing here. Some of the stuff which I've been working on here. Let me show you. Sorry if this doesn't come in correctly, but this... Sorry. Is a new type of hull I designed there. It's more like a Frankenstein class in my opinion, but that's a brand new version. For it to have inner strength, I designed this. 6 inner compartments going crosswise, going up, like a tray, going up instead of backwards. The idea I got for this is from all ships from history. My ship, in a way, is more complex, drawn on other stuff like older technology, like say boilers, steam, all sorts of that from back then. A little bit of sail, on sailing vessels, like, I hope you understand, sorry. But it also brings in more modern stuff and futuristic stuff. Like my idea for, on the wheel of a certain ship like not the paddles. Instead of paddling, would be collecting kinetic energy that it's strong. The paddles would be strong and light, not designed to help the ship move forward, but as a ship in motion would be collecting energy to store in the batteries that needs to be charged. I'm still working on that thing a bit, but also it would be has other propulsion systems, like those electric things that spin around, help the modern day ships out, but also going to the old way with the steam engines. Like, hold on, let me give you a better look. I hope you... I have to lean like this to order to see if my phone is recording here. But, you see what I mean. Right here, that little thing that swivels, give it propulsion, and that right there. And up here, sorry if it moved too fast. See how I designed it? I hope y'all can, but it's still a work in progress of design. If the military wants to use the idea, it's up to them. But I would love to get to be on it before they completely fit it out, and would like to see how she handles on her trials. While the cruise line gets to see how she works. The way I designed her, it's like having all sorts of things, like historical and new. The forward half would be like traveling through time. When you go down below certain areas, it would be like seeing how everything works. Those areas that are non-restricted. And it would be really neat if certain areas you get to see how sorry, I just had something to eat and I had 4 hours of sleep. I know it's not good, but I'm trying to get my mind working right. But the whole idea is like historical reasons. You get to, with a supervision thing, a lead fireman from in the boiler rooms, like the coal boiler section, while the other two would be using oil or something. It might not be 100 complete environment safe friendly, but at least it would be like 30 something percent, and the other 3 or 4% other percentages would be eco-friendly somewhat. Actually, the two other stuff that I designed. While the upper tops would collect solar. And plus, I kind of designed it, kind of have a design in my head that I'm slightly working on, and going put it in paper, but combining the old-fashioned bridges and having the old-fashioned bridge on top, way up top, and well, the modern 21st century technical bridges would have of the newest edition. Of course, we would switch to different bridges on certain occasions. But if need to, always can. And switch to the newest edition and for emergencies or so on. But my ship design has different skins. Let me show you. Sorry. Let me make sure I'm okay. Right. Sorry, switching over. Sorry, it's a lazy day for me. See these here? The outer skins? Omit these. Almost looks like cylinders. Right here. Right on my thumb is. Pause if you can. Want to have a better look at it. It's these here are the inner skin to make it extra safe, but it has been meaning to put down my notes. But of course, right here is the water line. It's kind of deep. So, if most people want to grab a ferry to the cruise liner, or if a certain crew wants to check it out, it's designed to have a certain strength. If you look at the Britannic and Titanic and the other ships before it, for certain ships, for the Titanic, it only had that much skin. But of course, y'all can look at the documentaries and look at the historical records. But if you look at the Great Eastern and Western, or if there was a Great Western, I might have to recheck that. If you look at the design, it was highly complex. But I kind of upped the high stakes on that. Kind of actually make this quad, can't think of the word right now, sorry. But, of course, why I designed it, I hope it's safe. Even if those sections are breached, like all the way through, those cross sections, kind of like the ice cubes I explained earlier, there would act like another inner compartment going sideways, like the fireman passage on Titanic. Acted like a barrier between the areas. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say here. But it only filled up to a certain level before flooding over. Then that kind of explains the list, but there's certain other videos that can explain it better than I can, like certain documentaries. Then like inside Titanic, or one of the 2012 documentaries, Titanic 20. I hope y'all can look it up. And the Honor and Glory Titanic. That game they working on. So, sorry if this video is off, but I hope y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. But if any Cunard workers or the company Cunard sees this video, I hope I can get in contact with y'all, discuss it, or any military or Marines or Navy. I hope I can try to explain it best I can on the next version. But I hope y'all have a good rest of the day or night. And well, maybe this is too soon, but I'm trying to get an idea. I have several ideas for a brand new type of company called Historical Cruise Lines, where we rebuild old ships the way it was before, and we also would rebuild them for museum qualities to be a whole museum rebuilt just like it was, where certain countries can have their own museums rebuilt. A ship museum. Full scale, highly detailed, almost everything built correctly, unless they don't want it. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fans out there that wants Titanic rebuilt the way she was more than 100 years ago, 108 years ago. Along with her sister ships, Olympic and Britannic. And I want to build two different versions of Britannic. One as what she was like as a hospital ship, and what she could have been as an ocean liner. To get the grand scale of things. And rebuilt the Aquitania classes, like the Lusitania and Aquitania and the Mauritania, and other ships I probably don't know of, but hopefully will soon. So, and I would love to restore the Harlan and Wolf Shipyard to its former glory, but in a safe way. And possibly rebuilt another ship like it was more than over a century ago, before Titanic's time. It would be really neat, in my opinion, if we can rebuild every single ship, except for the ones I really don't like. I will not rebuild certain ships that I don't like. Even though it's part of history, I still don't like it. Most people would probably agree. So, I guess I'm done here. Sorry if my pitch is a little probably off, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Stay safe. And for Pete's sake, to wear y'all's mask and stop complaining about every single detail. Sometimes it gets annoying. just wear your mask till they get the virus cleaned up and got the cure for the virus. And wash your hands. And stop going everywhere when you're supposed to stay at home safe. Make sure you have a list of what you need. And find stuff that keep you occupied. So, have a good day. Or night. Stay safe. Catch you on the flip side.